right. I can manage.
Where do you like to be?
Over there. Then I can see through the window.
You won't be in a draft.
Not if you shut the door.
I'll see he brings your things in.
Tell him canvas bag's got breakables.
He knows.
Canvas one. And Ada, give him a tip out of my purse, love. It's in the hall. Give him 50p.
Oh, I'll not give him all that.
Go on. He's a good old lad. In my purse. And Ada.
What, love?
Tell him to mind. Nice of you to have me here.
It's just sense.
You'll be lonely else, I dare say.
Oh, I've been all right.
It's winter, though. It gets you down. Nice and warm in here.
Biscuit?
No tar.
Oh, go on. I got 'em special.
Co-op, are they?
Yes, I always get 'em there.
I won't bother.
Fred always liked 'em.
Aye, I remember. I don't want you to wait on me, you know, Ada. I don't want to be a nuisance to you.
You can't do much, can you?
Managed all right for a while. Does your window open?
Aye, it does.
I've noticed it gets a bit hot in here at afternoons when the sun comes round. If there is any sun.
It's not too hot now, is it?
Oh, no, no. Don't open it for me, love, so long as you're comfy.
Could you manage all right out back?
Oh, that's no trouble. Always used to go out back up at home. You want some plants there out there?
It's concrete, silly.
In tubs.
Oh, I'll see what I can pick up, if they're not asking too much.
You're not worried about money, are you?
No.
Because I'll have money from the house soon.
Oh, you mum put that away.
What does no woman of 80 want to put her money away for? You can't take it with you when you go. Now, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll go to Majorca, or one of them Spanish places.
To where?
You're getting deaf, Ada.
Aye, I know.
We go to Lewis's, and we buy ourselves 2 new rig-outs. Money no object. And then we'll go to travel agents, and we'll choose somewhere nice. And we'll pick up 2 fancy men, and we'll be off. How about that, eh? Oh, but for goodness sake, Ada, will you open window, love? It's stifling in here.
Oh. You won't be in a draft?
I'll tell you if I'm in a draft. Oh. Not that I got much for that house. That young couple hadn't got much money, I don't think.
You should have held out. More tea?
No, tar. Weren't worth much. It were a rotten old house. Seen better days. To be honest, I'm thankful to be out of it.
Oh, Millie, don't cry. Have a biscuit. Did you sleep all right, then?
Sleep a bit.
Only a bit?
Yeah, it's noisy out front, isn't it?
I didn't notice.
You wouldn't hear it, would you? Oh.
Hurt?
It gets a bit stiff. Nothing to worry about. I get used to it.
Fred used to get stiff in bed, you know.
I beg your pardon?
Oh, you are awful. When he were in bed with his illness, his back used to get that stiff. I had to rub it. Doctor gave him some stuff. I fancy there's some left over.
It wouldn't be any good to me. My doctor says there's nothing. Nought to cure it. You not eating?
I've had mine.
He's a darkie. Nice young fella. He gives me painkillers regular. But come. But they are big brutes to swallow. Where are you two?
Mrs. Bilson's. Got all you want?
Oh, I am fine. What do you want to go there for?
It's me morning.
Hey, give it up, Ada.
It's only once a week.
You're getting far too old.
It's only light jobs. I like to do it. Hey, I'd go spare sitting in the house all day. And I've got my health and strength. I'm luckier than you.
Are you going to the shops?
Hey?
Yeah, all right, you can't hear. If you're going to the shops, bring us something tasty for dinner.
We've last night's toad to eat up.
Yeah, that old toad. Here, bring us something tasty.
I don't need that.
Go on, take it.
I don't need.
But you're not at Fred's pension now.
That weren't much.
I know I can't take his place now. He's gone, but I'll try my best. I'd never have come here while he were alive.
He'd never have had you.
Now you, Ada. Oh. What's it like out, love?
Oh, drizzling. Hey, what you been up to?
Had a bit of a dust round.
You shouldn't have bothered. Hey, I got us a couple of chops for a dinner. How's that?
Grand.
I'll have to get my shoes off. My feet get that swelled up, you know, we're walking and standing. Oh, you've laid table. You shouldn't have bothered.
Hey, it does be good to move around. I've done my own room. Ada, we should find me something decent to read.
What's that?
Never mind. Can't, dear. You want to take your coat off if it's damp?
Oh, it weren't much.
We should find me something decent to read, Ada. This stuff's a load of tripe.
That's better. Well, I didn't write 'em.
I know you didn't, love. But surely when you go to the library, you could pick something better than that. I know you've got no taste, Ada, but at least you could do better than this lot. I wish I could get out. Wish I could go to the library myself.
So do I.
Oh, it's terrible being crippled. Hey, your slippers are there.
Oh, ta. Where's Fred's clock?
Oh, put it on the side yonder.
What for?
Well, I thought it looked better there, don't you?
No, I don't. I don't like my things moved around, Millie, behind my back.
Oh, don't be daft. It'll fall off there, great damn thing. That mantelpiece is far too narrow for it. Great damned heavy thing like that.
It was given Fred by his mates when he left yard.
I know.
And it has the inscription from all his friends at Glengrove Sidings. Fred allus had it on mantelpiece.
Hey, we all Fred a bit kinky.
Millie.
All right. Put bugger back. It's like our mum said. Yollis was an awkward little tart and Yollis will be. And one of these days, there'll be an accident with that.
If there is, it'll be my accident, won't it? This is my house, Millie, and I won't have no foul language in it. And I won't have my things shunted around. This is my home.
All right. Keep your wool on. My home and all now, you know. I got none other.
Grapple not with lions, but with even more unpredictable creatures, a random selection of small boys from the audience.
You're number 2. Right. 1, 2, 3.
Turn it off, Ada.
Don't you like it?
Can't read post.
Left hand on
You
your
can't hear it anyhow.
left hand, like that, right. Your right hand in the air.
Listen. 3 lengths of curtains, each 7 foot 5 inches by 4 foot. Orange. £4. That's not bad. Don't like orange.
We don't need any.
Yeah, there's some good bargains in post. The things people put in to sell. I don't know.
Glad of the money.
Hey, have you seen this? Award for doctor who helped at lorry crash. Dr. Vernon Badley, who received the Queen's Commendation for bravery, pictured with his wife Alice, and from left, Mr. Arthur Nightingale, Chief Ambulance Officer Saltwood, Chief Superintendent A.G. Gold, Mr. Norman Millard and Mrs. Millard. I used to know her.
Oh?
Aye. When I worked at Telephone Exchange, she used to come round. They lived up Prestwich way. Eh, they're two lovely sons. Don't know what happened to them. It was lovely up there. We used to go up there for picnics in the old days. Do you remember?
Was that where you lost your stockings?
I took them off to get my legs brown, and Jack found them hanging in tree. I still think your friend had something to do with that.
Why should he?
Yeah, there were all sorts of talk about your friend in those days.
What do you mean?
Never matter. That's all gone. Put a bit of coal on, Ada.
Cold, are you?
Nay, I'm never cold in here, but it is a bit more cosy, like. Hey, used to have some lovely fires in my own. By gum, it needed it. Weren't half damp. Wonder what that young couple are doing now. Repapering, I dare say. I were real lucky to get that house.
You were.
Aye, but I worked hard for it. Made a good home for Brother Jack.
Fred never made much money.
Well, he wouldn't on sidings, would he? At least he had a regular job. Brother Jack only had his saxophone.
He could play, though.
I remember I worked at Sanger's Mills then. The war broke out and it were bombed. Hey, we used to have an outing every year. Do you remember?
I didn't go.
Oh, well, you were here with Fred, weren't you?
I know time we went to Blackpool with Jack.
Oh, yes. And he wanted to see monsters. Your friend wanted to see all monsters. He had a funny mind, did your friend?
Oh, no.
He was sweet on me at one time.
Oh?
I never encouraged him.
He never said nothing.
No, he wouldn't. Close.
You were my husband.
You know, it's funny how things alter. You go on day after day, day after day, and nothing seems to change. Then you look back and... Do you know when Sangers were bombed? We never thought much about it. We thought they'd build it up again, but they never did. And then when Jack went, I remember him coming clear as day and saying he got an assistant passage to Canada. You can have the house, he said, because I can't take it with me, and you'll need somewhere to live.
You were good to you, were Jack.
Aye, but he went. Sometimes I think of people like lights,
What sort of lights?
and one by one they go out.
Others get born.
Not round us.
There's plenty of young mothers.
But we're not near them. Oh, me hand, Ada. Tired, are you?
Always tired bit the evening.
That's funny. I'll have an up then. Nice to have a chat. Do you remember Charles Boland?
Aye.
He was a real lad. There were all sorts of talk about him and me at one time.
I know.
We used to have some royal times together. Aye. It was all fell gossip. There was never anything between us.
Oh?
Well, he was married, see. He wasn't sought to be unfaithful, was luck.
You could have got a lad of your own with your looks. Most likely you talked him away.
Didn't talk Harry away, did I?
Well, Harry were in love with you.
I remember going to the station to see him off, you know, for trenches. Never felt so miserable in my life. And then when he didn't come back, and I knew, I couldn't imagine going on. She's daft, 'cause you do. Hey, Ada, One thing I always feel sorry for.
What?
We never went to bed before he left.
Folk didn't then.
I would have done if I'd known. Shall I tell you something, Ada? Something I've never told a living soul. I've never been to bed with a man in all my life. Do you know that?
I've never thought about it. It's a load of fuss.
Do you think so?
Folk make too much of it. It's feeling love that matters.
When I were asked, and there were sometimes, I used to say I'd slept with someone for 10 years.
But you hadn't.
I had. Do you know who?
Not Jack.
No, you. When we were little and shared back bedroom, we used to share everything then, didn't we?
You mean I had your cast-offs?
No, I mean we used to discuss everything. We used to lie in bed at night and talk. Do you remember?
I remember you talking. You were always a chatterbox and a fidget, all knees and elbows.
We weren't lonely then.
I was. Perhaps I got wed to get shot of you.
You didn't get your bed to yourself, though, did you?
Oh, you've a bad tongue, Millie Lawton.
Hey, there's no harm in it. We little thought we'd be here then, did we?
Where are you going?
Out back. Comfy stations.
It's dark out there.
Oh, I can see back kitchen light.
If it's only number one, why don't you use Jerry? I've put one in your room.
Nay, I've never used one of them things in my life. Only when I were ill. If I can't look after myself proper, God strike me dead.
Oh, don't talk that way. I don't like to hear it.
It never used to occur how I talked when we were right close.
I were never right close to no one. Except Fred.
I didn't hear you come in.
You were fast asleep.
It's this dratted old book. Send anyone to sleep it would.
I got your powder when I were out.
Oh, Ta. How was it?
All right. Mrs. Bryce were asking for you.
Oh.
So were Miss Eckersley. She'd like to see you, Daphne.
Were they at Old Folks Club?
It's not the old folks, it's the
Senior citizens, I know. Same difference. They're having you on. Aye, that's right.
They said as how you should come round.
Nay, how can I get round there?
They'd likely send a car for you.
I don't want to get mixed up with them. They're all old cats. There's no men there, I suppose.
One or two.
Nay, what's the good of one or two when the rest are all cats?
They're my friends.
Aye, we're their friends.
Fred didn't know them.
That's what you think me all last.
What do you mean?
Knew one or two in his time. They were Ethel Bryce for one.
He knew her besides.
He knew her by touch and all. Did he never suspect?
No.
We knew at our end of town. But that was years ago. But there were others.
I don't believe you.
There was Maisie Felton down at Whitehorse, and I know that for sure. That was before she had her operation, of course. But there were several others I could mention, but I won't. Did you know nothing?
No.
Take my word for it. I wouldn't have said it lightly.
How do you know?
Asked one that told cats. He was allus discreet. What the eye didn't see, the heart doesn't grieve over. Oh. Nay, don't cry, love. I wouldn't have set out if he'd been living. It's all past history. Things are different now. You're better off without him. Oh, my God.
Millie?
I'm here.
There's spin dryer packed up. I had to wait.
You got it done, though.
Oh, yes. Ooh, it's cold out. Oh, my God, what's happened?
I couldn't help it, Ada. I was dusting the mantelpiece.
I told you not to.
I was dusting. I knocked up against it by accident. I always told you that mantelpiece was too narrow.
It were Fred's clock.
I'm sorry, Ada. I didn't mean to.
I don't believe you.
Lost your tongue?
I'm tired. Did Miss Eckersley come?
All right. I got her some tea. How's Mrs. Bilson?
Oh, they're all right. They've had a lovely holiday. They've been to Majorca. They're ever so brown.
Their address is 34 Moor End Road, isn't it?
How do you know?
I asked Daphne Eckersley to look it up for me. I'll wait at the library. She got me 3 grand books.
What do you want their address for?
I wrote her a letter. Now, don't get angry, Ada. It's all for your own good.
What did you say?
I said, Dear Mrs. Bilson, I'm writing on behalf of my sister, Mrs. Darnell, to say she'll be unable to come to you anymore. Now, I took it all on myself, love. I explained to her that you had me, a semi-invalid, to look after. And I said, you much regret it. I got Daphne to post it for me.
You'll have to go, Millie.
What's that?
I said you'll have to go. Leave. I'm sorry. You've been nothing but trouble. I can't put up with it.
I can't just leave. Where am I going to go?
You'll have to find somewhere.
Oh, you're making fun of me. Are you teasing? Are you having a joke?
No.
Hey, you don't know when a body's helping you. You don't want money. I can give you that.
Keep your money.
Oh, Ada, don't be daft.
You can stay here till you find somewhere.
But we're sisters. You can't just chuck me out. We got on all right as youngsters.
We quarrelled all the time, and you know that. I can't be doing with you, Millie. I'm 77 and I've had enough trouble. I want me home in peace. I mean it. I've had enough of your noise.
There's bound to be rough edges, checking down. But I'll do my share. I'll pay me whack.
No. I took you in because I was sorry for you, but it won't do. I'll come and visit you.
What place am I going to go? Who's going to take me in my state?
I'll find somewhere for you.
Ada? Has car come? Just going out to make myself comfy. Ada!
Are you ready?
Yes.
Here, hold on to me.
Yeah, that's sharp. Oh, it's all right, Ada.
Shift your backside over. That's right.
Yeah, I'm going to be a terrible trouble to you.
Yeah, I'm used to it. Other folk won't have you. Not now.
Oh, I hate you having to do this for me.
It's no more than it for Fred.
I had to going home. Old folk is home for daft and dying. Trouble is, I'm neither.
You'll stay here. There's nought else.
That'll be a terrible tie.
I'll manage.
Oh, put screen round it, love.
All in good time. I've got my system. I did it long enough for Fred. I wondered when he'd gone what I'd been spared for.
At least I don't weigh as much as him.
I'll open window when I come back.
Yeah, I feel fair worn out. You'll have to put me to bed and all. And get me up and wash me.
I know.
Oh, Ada. Ain't old age horrible?
We'll get by. We'll have to, won't we? If you behave yourself.
Oh. Yeah. Oh. Ada?